绍德教授正在进行一个有趣的实验。
So now we have the model we built in the plastic machine, and then we put it here for the stadium.
这是正在建设的一座世界杯场馆的模型。激光照射下的气流是对实际风向的模拟，借此，绍德教授能够更加准确地掌握场馆当中空气的流动情况。为什么要了解这些呢？因为他们正在沙漠中创造奇迹。
The tournament will open the door to new worlds.
自从获得2022年世界杯的主办权，整个卡塔尔都进入了忙碌状态。在世界杯组委会的展览厅里，工作人员向我们介绍起了正在建设中的几座场馆。
Here you can see the different stadium designs, and you see that everything is within a 60-kilometer radius, and this means it's the most compact World Cup ever, and fans can see 2 or 3 games per day if they want.
As we can see here, it will form all the components of the stadium itself. After the tournament, we can see here that the stadium will be fully demounted, reach a capacity of 20,000 spectators. Another use here we can see is a multi-purpose hall, and a third use could be an admin office as well.
用于2022年世界杯比赛的场馆共有12座，但实际上，因为炎热问题，目前只有1座球馆完成了改造工作。刚刚进入4月，早已热浪缭绕。为了保证工人的安全，卡塔尔法律规定，一旦气温超过30摄氏度，所有的室外作业必须停工。
In the summer season, of course, by the labor law of the state of Qatar, there is a forced break, a compulsory break between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. In addition to that, we exercise additional measures here on the site where we monitor heat, humidity, and the perceived temperature by the skin to allow workers to take a break according to a certain criteria.
从5月开始，卡塔尔就要进入漫长的夏季了。如何在长达7个月的高温当中保持施工进度，让工程师塔米米有些担忧。不过今天，从卡塔尔大学专程赶来的绍德教授带来了好消息。
You remember when we have some fever? So our mother used to put a cold tower in our face because 50% of our blood goes to the brain. So that if we cool the face, you cool then that 50% of the blood and then you cool the person. So now you've got the helmet on. So your face temperature, very important. We can take your presenter temperature, show the difference.
经过反复测试，这款降温帽子终于能赶在夏季到来前发放给每一位工人了。而这才只是绍德教授在世界杯组委会工作中的一小部分。
part like this part.
因为在机械工程领域的出色研究，绍德教授被任命为卡塔尔世界杯组委会的项目专家，主攻场馆冷却系统的研发。
So this is the heat transfer lab. This is the bleachers is similar to stadium. Even we control the temperature of the person by pumping in water through this with a controlled temperature. So then the core temperature of the person is fixed. Okay, we control it, and then we provide cooling, and then we see is it how the head temperature is different from the body temperature or from the legs temperature. What's the effect of underseat cooling? What's the effect of jet cooling?
2017年5月，卡塔尔酋长杯决赛在刚刚改造好的哈里发体育场举办。西班牙球星哈维领衔的阿尔萨德队以2-1战胜了阿尔赖扬队。这场比赛也是绍德教授研究成果的一次成功演练。遍布全场的500个出风口，平稳地将室内温度维持在了最适宜人体的25摄氏度。而当时的室外温度已经达到了42摄氏度。卡塔尔，阿拉伯半岛边际上的一个狭小区域，热带沙漠气候，全年干旱少雨。长期以来，正常的外出活动与作业都酷暑难耐，更无谈室外娱乐与文体活动。好在，一切都是守恒的。海湾闭塞，却带来了丰富的海产和珍珠。沙漠无边，却深藏着石油与天然气。自然资源带来的巨大财富，使这个面积还不足一个北京市大的沙漠国度，摇身变成了世界上最富有的国家之一。人均国内生产总值排名世界第一，国富民强了。接下来，财富还能为卡塔尔带来些什么呢？
From a population of about 400,000 Qataris to get a world champion, in putting it in context, is saying it is big. That's Mutaz Issa Basham, and he's a student, a graduate from this Aspire Academy. Bronze medal, London 2012 Olympics. Silver medal, Rio 2016 Olympics. And 2020 Tokyo, your guess is as good as mine, but bronze, silver, hopefully gold, inshallah.
每一次带媒体参观，肯尼迪都会骄傲地讲起这些光荣时刻。这所精英学院是由卡塔尔足协斥巨资建成的。从软件到硬件设施，都处在世界最顶尖水平。 除此之外，学院基金还控股了3支欧洲球队：比利时甲级球队欧本、奥地利甲级队林茨，以及西班牙第3级别联赛的莱昂内萨。这样一来， 从这里走出的球员们就可以被输送到这3家俱乐部，从而参与到欧洲联赛的历练中。阿费夫就是其中最成功的一个。
The first Qatari to play in the Spanish Liga, and they were first in 2014 at the under-19 stage. So again, it's big. 和许多足球强国相比，卡塔尔的足球道路还很短。分别成立于1973年和1963年的甲乙联赛，是卡塔尔足球联赛仅有的2个级别。自2003年起，在财富的保驾护航之下，大批球星被吸引到了卡塔尔，让卡塔尔足球一度博得了世界关注。但与此同时，质疑声也纷至沓来。有人说，这里是过气球星的养老院；有人说，卡塔尔足球全靠规划球员，而非本土实力。一切矛盾，在夺得2022年世界杯举办权的一刻，被推到了顶点。
The winner to organize the 2022 FIFA World Cup is Qatar.
申办成功的1年后，国际足联执行委员会宣布，考虑到卡塔尔的炎热天气，2022年世界杯改在冬季举行。不论你支持与否，卡塔尔再一次成为了世界杯历史上的特例。如何快速打造一片绿茵场？你可能以为卡塔尔人会大手一挥，从最顶级的供应商那里买来全世界最好的草坪。错了，他们决定自己种草。在距离多哈市20公里外的郊区，亚瑟尔带领他的团队正在为世界杯研发比赛用草。每一个小区域都对应着一个草的品种，它们来自世界上不同的大洲，种类达到36个。种草的大棚模拟了露天体育场草皮的受光程度。由于观众席的遮挡情况不同，草皮不同区域的受光强度也有所不同。于是，亚瑟尔尝试着分别研制出在100%、50%和30%受光的情况下能够正常生长的草种。
To grow grass in the Middle East, it's easy, and this is like the surprise because the grass which we have here, it needs sun, which we have a lot. It needs water, which we have, and also it needs fertilizer. Also we have.
嘴上说着惊喜，其实亚瑟尔非常清楚，卡塔尔的所有淡水都是依靠耗资巨大的海水淡化系统而来。
And one of the points that we are working with is the sustainability. So you need to reach the point that you have a grass that doesn't use a lot of water, because saving water is your savings for the next generation.
众所周知，天然草场脆弱而娇贵，稍不留神就会造成大面积真菌感染或者枯萎。这是困扰着很多球场经营者的难题。在此之前，卡塔尔国内球场的草皮大都进口自欧洲或者中国， 遇到问题就更换，带来的巨大消耗，使得卡塔尔人下决心自己投入这项研究。
We had the game today, and there was any defect happened in the pitch the same day, so there is no time to grow or to fix. So what we'll do, we'll just go to the stadium. We'll take all the pitch out. We'll plant a new pitch by rolls in one day, and this pitch can be ready to play in the same day. So already we have the world record for the returfing for the pitch for the stadiums.
留下可以与世界分享的知识。你可能很难明白，这样的愿望对于身在海湾深处、几乎被世界遗忘之地的人们来说有多重要。
Now, why is there a giant portrait of His Highness the Emir? And I think it was a show of solidarity, and it was a show of pride of the people in the country and its leader. We have a very rich and old culture that we want to introduce to the world. And, you know, the World Cup is good for the stature of any country that hosts it.
对他们来说，只有努力创造机会，才有可能被世界看见。2022年世界杯，卡塔尔足球将带给世界怎样的新形象呢？
Vengo to drink coffee.
Muestran las fotos de China.
刚刚从中国回来的米卢还沉浸在过去的记忆中，中国队仅有的一次世界杯经历就与他密切相关。米卢也因此成为了很多中国球迷印象最深的一届国足教练。
They are changing the China, you know? And he's the only one who works in China. This is very important.
这张被裱起来的报纸总结了改变中国的60位外国人，米卢与斯皮尔伯格、比尔盖茨一道，赫然在列。
¿Qué pasa? ¿Que no entrenan?
Yeah, 2003. Good. How old this guy? 20 years. More energy every time. The best in the world.
Hey, no. No, lady, thank you very much. No hay uno por...
在2004年至2005年，米卢来到了卡塔尔，他带领着阿尔萨德队顺利获得了当年的酋长杯冠军。在卡塔尔人眼中，米卢也是个福星。如今，除了担任阿斯拜尔的顾问，他还成为了卡塔尔世界杯的形象大使。
Now is the time to pray. Tell them. They pray. Cuando ustedes vean, mira, obsérvales. Todo el mundo está la pelota y uno debe saber qué han hecho la gente de Qatar de organizar campeonato mundial. Esto va a ser un campeonato mundial compacto. Todo va a estar cerca. Los estadios, los hoteles, canchas de entrenadores. Ninguna parte del mundo hay así. No ríe. No debe reír usted.
Yes. 4. Look. 5. 6.
Straight, like this. Rotate. Rotate. Rotate.
成为世界杯的举办国， 意味着卡塔尔国家队可以以东道主的身份直接获得世界杯的入场券。面对这难能可贵的机会，卡塔尔正在努力挥别雇佣军时代。
That's the crowd.
Boys are now wearing the GPS, so we monitor the training load during the training. The GPS unit will get the signal from the satellite, then measure the distance how they play during the football field. We can monitor how they achieve the training load by looking at the GPS data, and the coach and the sports science team can adjust according to their response.
在阿斯贝尔有世界最顶级俱乐部的青训教练，也有最专业的技术支持。阿斯贝尔青年队和 U12 梯队中，每一位球员都穿着黑色的 GPS 背心。这种背心在足球领域十分流行，但是大多数都是使用在顶级俱乐部甚至国家队层面的运动员身上。像阿斯贝尔这样普遍的使用，还是极为罕见的。用教练们的话说，这样的条件只是为了让孩子们心无旁骛地踢球。
I think it's a World Cup. It should go around the world. And for those who like to say, oh, but it's hot, well, you're in for something. It's very cool, very playable in Qatar in November, December.
放学了，家长们带着孩子来到阿斯贝尔踢球。这些平均年龄7岁的孩子，全部来自卡塔尔本地。他们是幸运的，再过4年，他们就可以在家门口亲眼见到自己的偶像。而长大以后，他们也有可能成为别人的偶像。2022，卡塔尔见。1994年，那是哥伦比亚足球最黄金的年代，却也是整个国家最黑暗的年代。哥伦比亚国家队队员安德雷斯·埃斯科巴被残忍枪杀，原因居然是一粒乌龙球。